What's good, everybody? It's Adam Delange here today. Today I got a Q&A with famous birthdays. We got 14 questions here, so let's hop straight into it. All right, what is my favorite holiday? So this one's a tough one. My favorite holiday would have to be Thanksgiving because most of my family is in town at the time, and I definitely love spending time with family. You know, who doesn't? And, you know, obviously we get to eat a lot. So I would say Thanksgiving is definitely one of my favorite holidays, next to Halloween, because that's close to my birthday. Question 2, what is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve would have to be people hating on other people. You know, I don't really tolerate that. You know, I always love to spread positivity. I love to preach positivity, you know, on all of my platforms and everywhere I go. So, yeah, I would say my biggest pet peeve is just people hating on other people, you know. I don't like that at all. Next question. If you could travel anywhere, where would you choose to travel? It's a good question. If I was to travel anywhere, it'd probably have to be Dubai. I haven't been there since like 4 years. The last time I went there, I hardly spent any time there. But if I were to travel one place, it'd have to be Dubai, or it'd have to be Australia. One of the two. You know, just get away for a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Question 4, when did you first go viral? So, back in 2020, I was 19 years old at the time. I posted a TikTok in December, and I thought nothing of it. You know, it was a TikTok, just like any random comedy, funny TikTok you would see on your For You page. But one day I posted it at 10 p.m. Now keep in mind, I checked the video again in like 30 minutes. The video had like 500 views. I thought, all right, you know, maybe it'll get a decent amount of views. I woke up the next morning, that same viral video had 3 million views. And at that time, I was like surprised. I was like screaming like, yo, one of my TikToks went viral. But that was definitely an awesome moment in my life. One of my TikToks going viral. And I think at that time, that's when like my life really started to change. I started, you know, blowing up, getting all the brand deals and sponsorships and all that stuff. So I first went viral December of 2020. What would be one superpower you would choose to have? This one's a hard question. If I was to have one superpower, what would it be? It would probably be to be invisible. I would love pulling pranks on other people and stuff like that. And yeah, just to be invisible. That's about it. When was a time in your life where you were at a crossroads, and how did you decide what to do? So after I graduated high school, back in, I believe, June of 2020, at that time, my intentions and my goals were to play college basketball. And I wouldn't say I lost a love for it, but I felt like there were other opportunities for me in life, like greater opportunities. And, you know, that's when it was really me choosing, like, am I going to choose TikTok or I'm going to choose, you know, college basketball? You know, I had one offer to go play at a small NAIA school in Kansas, but I ended up turning it down. It wasn't really an offer, but it was just like a walk-on offer, and I ended up turning that down because my social media was starting to work out for me, and I felt like, you know, my social media would, you know, do much more for me in life. So yeah, that was definitely a tough decision, choosing social media. What is your goal for where you'll be 3 years from now? 3 years from now, I see myself, you know, doing what I'm doing still till this day. You know, hopefully getting a lot of brand deals, sponsorships, stuff like that. And, you know, maybe living in my own house right now because I'm currently in college. But yeah, I see big things for me, and we'll just see where life takes me 3 years from now. What is one of your most embarrassing moments? When I was, I think in middle school or something, I was singing at a talent show one time in front of the whole school, keep in mind. And I think I was about to hit this high note and my voice cracked at the high note. And I remember everybody was laughing at me and I was so embarrassed by it. But I'm pretty sure everybody forgot about it by now, but like every once in a while it creeps back in my memories. Like, hey, do you remember that happened? And I'm just like, ugh. Like, it was just an embarrassing moment that like I have to live with forever. So yeah, that's that. What are your favorite movies of all time? This is a good question. My favorite movies of all time as a kid, I loved watching Fat Albert. Y'all know Fat Albert with Kenan Thompson. That was one of my favorite movies. Definitely was. I would say The Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith starred in it. That was definitely one of my favorite movies growing up. And my third favorite movie would have to be Benchwarmers. That was a hilarious movie. Those are my top 3 all-time greatest movies that I love. So, which one of your accomplishments are you most proud of? I would definitely say I'm really proud of like not what I've done with social media, but the person I became doing social media. Before social media, I was really trying to find like who was I, what was my purpose in life and stuff like that. So when social media really took off for me, and I started seeing people support me, people saying my name on the internet, people saying Delange doing this, he's doing that. That's when I realized that I found who I am, and I'm proud of like everything I've done. So I'd easily say that my greatest accomplishment was like finding who I am and what I was meant for. Have you ever seriously considered quitting social media? I never really considered quitting social media, but there was definitely times where there's a lot of times where I was doubtful of like if this is gonna work out. I was really doubtful of myself a lot of times, when a video didn't do as well, or when I was receiving hate comments, whatever it is. There was a lot of times where I was really wanting to give up, if that's the same thing. But yeah, I just really pushed through, stayed consistent, and eventually, things got better. It really did. So yeah, there was times I was gonna consider quitting it, but I realized why I started. What advice would you give to your past self? I would give my past self like a whole lecture, but to keep it simple, I would just tell my past self, just follow your heart, and stay consistent and keep doing what you love, and don't care what anybody else thinks. Like, literally don't. And if I were to tell one thing in my past self is like, I'd tell him thank you for like, putting in the hours, the consistency, all that stuff to get to where I am today. So I would just tell him, just don't give up. Just keep going. Just don't give up. Last question of the day. What advice would you have for someone who wants to be a social media creator? Look, for those of y'all that are trying to be creators and all that, y'all see these other creators on social media and stuff. People don't know like the hours and like what goes on behind the camera, the editing, trying to get someone to film for you, all that stuff. Like it's really tough. But I would just give advice. The advice I would give to someone is obviously stay consistent with your work. Find what you love to do in social media and stick with that and stay consistent with that. But definitely realize that there's gonna be ups and downs. You know, a video is not gonna do the way you want it to do, or a video might do really good. You might have your ups and downs, you'll have them. You definitely will. So I would say, you know, just keep pushing through. Whatever situation you're going through, just keep pushing through. And, you know, consistency is key. That's the advice I would give to someone. Yeah, so that's gonna be the end of the Q&A. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Delange, Dellange. Follow me on TikTok, Delange, Dellange. And yeah, thank you, Famous Birthdays, for letting me do this. And we out of here.